Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alilopolis.
Well, is this the real life, or is it just fantasy?
Caught in a landslide, escaping
No,
from
escape
reality.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes and see.
I'm just a poor boy. Or is it full boy?
Poor boy. From a
Poor
poor
boy.
family.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, spare him his life from this monstrosity, okay?
I can't promise anything. You guys got yourselves into it. I didn't do anything. Nope.
Oh, we should still be on for Saturday then, right? Also,
So far that I
because
know.
we still have that to resolve.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that one for quite a few weeks now.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I thought we skipped 2 sessions.
No, we did skip 2. Never mind.
So this would be the 3rd week, hence few.
Yeah. I forgot. Listen, my weeks have been kind
Well,
of flying.
Sean's not
They
here.
need to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I can feel that. So I don't feel the least bit worried when telling you my threefold plan.
Your threefold plan.
Yes. For being stuck in a hut with 3 night hags at level 4. It's with only 2 other companions that are also at that level. 2 on the outside of the hut. 3 if you count my familiar. But
Jill's level 3.
oh, great. Yeah. Okay. That helps. But first I was going to try a tactic I'd actually acquired from someone else, which was just play it off like, oh, you mean kids like goats, right?
No, that person in there is talking, aren't they?
No.
Weren't they?
You
Of,
mean
like,
in the cart or?
yeah, in the cart, weren't they actually talking?
No,
Like,
no.
help me.
No, there was no talking inside the cart. There was
Okay.
just a covered cart, and they said that they were talking about kids from town, and then I just may have thought, see if they'll play with that a little bit, and if he'll take it on that, that'll be the first. If not, then backup plan number 1.
Nah, Charles already kind of pushed the door in of, like, who is that? Who's underneath there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not helping the case at all. Anybody see the new Boulder's Gate set?
I have not.
There's some good stuff in there. But what were you going to say, Merlin?
I was gonna make a shitty joke. I was gonna say the only thing worse to catch than COVID is a case. Because you'd said something about a case.
Like a case. I think like a case of one thing or the other. I think I could get what you're putting down.
It was a very bad
No,
joke.
I was getting away.
It was a very shitty joke.
Sometimes those got to be aired before the good ones come out, right?
There are good ones?
Good jokes.
Or
yeah,
it could be a
usually.
good joke to the right crowd.
Always got to know your audience.
This is probably just the wrong crowd for that joke.
Every joke is a good joke to the right crowd.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, the right crowd is the wrong crowd.
Indeed.
But Josh, do you have any requested colors?
What? Oh, for a deck?
Yeah.
I'm always preferable to blue-black.
Bro, you're
Okay.
one of those players. You're one of those players.
Oh, do you know Magic?
Um,
We're not saying
I
Alakazam.
haven't bought any Magic cards with one exception since the first Kamigawa set.
Ooh, Kamigawa just released again.
I know. I heard. I wanted to get in on New Capenna, but I'm also fucking poor. But New Capenna looked interesting.
Oh yeah, there was quite a bit of new competitive cards. It's basically like gangsters and
Exactly.
mob bosses.
It looked really interesting. The first Magic cards I ever bought, I realized in retrospect, and sadly they either got destroyed or lost,
Oh.
was, I believe, revised, maybe beta.
Oh, that hurts my soul. Oh man. But it seems pretty often, though, that I hear about a lot of people who stop playing after first Kamigawa.
Really?
Yeah, like, you are, like, the fourth or fifth person who are, like, that I've heard of, like, yeah, I stopped playing after Kamigawa, and then it was like, wow,
But
was
for
it
me-
just...
For me, it was just like it was at that time of my life, you know.
Yeah,
First Kamigawa, I think I was junior in college.
oh yeah, and
Role
then
playing was
you
Role
start
playing was
having...
always. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you always have, like, some other things come up, or, it's like, other things interest you.
Exactly. And like my big geek love has always been TTRPGs.
Mhm.
Or as I saw a tweet suggest a while back, pronouncing TTRPG Titterpig. So my big interest has always been Titterpigs. So when it became an issue of it up against other things in my life, I always chose to make space for Titterpigs and for time and money for Titterpigs rather than for CCGs. So, but there are CCGs I miss.
Magic is one that I get a craving for every now and again, just because of the strategy. It pulls at me the same way that chess does, but less people play chess in a competitive way that I can have fun playing with them.
Yeah, I found more interesting strategy in Game of Thrones, though I never played the revised version when they made it an LCG. Or nor did I play any of the variations on that system, like the Lovecraft one, etc. Or the first Star Wars CCG games also lasted for fucking ever. But I liked that one. Doomtown, somewhat. Doomtown, I was more into the setting, really. And the strategy never seemed to pay off the way I wanted it to. But Doomtown, somewhat. Yeah.
Josh, you might enjoy 40k then. Or
40...
not even just 40k, but like even Kill Team.
40k, like, there's been a time or two in my life when I was young that I tried. Never really had the community for it. And then as an adult, the fans have ruined 40k for me.
What was the other one?
Because, like,
Kill Team is just a smaller version of 40k. It uses
okay.
the same models, but it's like shorter games.
I enjoy
skirmish.
I enjoy that
Yeah.
sort of thing a little bit, but I just that's another thing that I'm like, when you're talking, Merlin, about time and money into something, the figures alone are
Expensive.
are extremely expensive, and
Yeah,
just
I'm sitting on like whole teams, like 2,000 point armies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I kept trying to bring over to play, is like a very simplified version of that called Heroescape.
Yeah, I've seen the tiles, and then it was just always like, couldn't really get enough of a gathering between the rest of the people. Because, if 2 out of 5 people want to play it, then, your odds are kind of low.
Yeah, we might have a good chance of playing it this weekend is all. And I don't have enough really to play like 7, 8 people either, so that's probably good.
Yeah.
But speaking of getting together, I figured this would be a perfect time to interject and let Merlin, Moon, Nuisance, just say all the names there. But
All of them. You have to say all 18 of my names too. Not just both my characters, but all 18 of my names.
I don't know if my brain capacity lasts that long.
I mean, if you just want to say all of Jill's names,
Jeez,
Josh.
yeah. Right? I couldn't. I don't know anymore. But on Halloween, and I guess this would be information for you too, Nep, is that we last year done a get together in person, and I know that's not necessarily an option for yourself, probably Merlin, but I wanted to bring it up to you in a timely manner that is something that we do, and I've dubbed it the Eurythmic Veracity. I think we may have talked about it briefly before, but
We did. I loved the term eurythmic veracity, even if the term eurythmia is mostly tied to racist education practices.
oh yeah, that's where we got off on a tangent from that. But
Yeah.
the thought was behind it is actually the harmonic truth is what it would the two meanings of the words. But
Yeah, I like the word. It's just that the fucking proto-Nazi religious group baked it
ruined
into
it.
their education system. Yeah.
Just like they ruined the swastika, which used to mean like harmony and shit. Anyways,
Fascists ruin everything. They ruined the number 88.
yeah.
How?
What's the 8th letter of the English alphabet?
1 second. Let me say my ABCs real quick. H?
Yeah. 2 of them together. What do you think that stands for?
Oh.
Happy Highway?
Highway to hell.
The only saving grace for 88 is it is also an extremely lucky number in Chinese culture. So
I was going to say it looks like 2 boots.
yeah. So whenever I see 88 in somebody's like screen name or anything, I just like have to do a quick check to see if there's any indications that they're Chinese, and if there's not, I assume they're a fascist.
Yeah, I never
About to
would have
look
known
for
about
that.
that one.
Yeah, 88. 14 is another one, another number that they'll use.
That
And
one
they'll-
AD, or is that more of a...
it's the
Like,
14 words. It's a very
okay, 14 letters for...
no. It's there's a statement called the 14 words.
Oh,
That's some bullshit about replacement theory or something.
I thought you were referring to, spelling out H8 or Hail.
No.
No,
So
the only
88 is
reason-
HH.
Yeah.
14
Yeah,
is,
so the 14
is the
words, it's a
Yeah.
phrase that one of the Nazi leaders said. The only reason I know this is because HBO has an excellent documentary on QAnon, and they bring it up in that documentary.
yeah. So 14 is another one they'll use. 1488, they'll put the 2 of them together sometimes. Was it 6MWNE they'll use sometimes? Which I don't want to tell you what that means because I don't want to say those words.
I mean, it's all right. Not...
But yeah, the Black Sun is one that people often miss. The number of times I've seen people reference the Black Sun or even have an image of the Black Sun and not know that it's been co-opted by fascists is upsetting to me.
It just sounds nifty too, like out of context. But
It does, but
Ad-
it's tied to a specific strand.
I mean, there are some things like, what about the Black Hole Sun? Like, that's the song from Soundgarden, but...
That's an amazing song, but it is Black
I-
Hole Sun. It is
Yeah,
not
I
the
doubt
Black-
it's not actually referring to that, but...
Yeah.
I was going to go back to what we were saying about Eurythmic Veracity, though. I think we were talking, myself and Hamilton, this campaign, about potentially bringing some sort of camera and TV setup for you, if you're available that weekend on your calendar that far out.
No, just get them an iPad, have their face on it. They're there.
Which is we'd actually play pretty much all day the 29th is what we do. Like
around Halloween.
Yes. You don't don't have to make a decision right now, but I wanted to put it out there.
The sound is because that sounds amazing, and it sounds like you're really trying to go above and beyond. And Samhain, which is the 31st, is a religious holiday, and there's a gathering that they just started doing gatherings again.
Oh, that's cool.
In rural Southern Oregon, where like my phone doesn't always work.
Right.
That's a week long, centered on Samhain.
Oh, okay.
So the 29th would be like my first day at the gathering.
Gotcha.
That was that sound of like, oh, y'all are trying to be so nice and generous, and like the timing though.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason we like it around that time too. Is for some of the eccentricity of that time. I'll say.
Yeah. So if it shifts around a bit to where I might be in an urban center at the time, then we can talk. But the 29th, I'll be in the country.
Okay. Well, now you know at least, and can at least have it in your mind.
Thank you. I hate to like y'all are being so generous talking about like TV setup and things.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. We enjoy playing with you, so we wouldn't want you to miss out on the.
Ultimately, I had the idea of, have you seen the episode of Boss Burgers where Tina broke her ankle and she had to do homeschooling?
No.
But she had a robot at school that she could drive around at her computer at home. And it was basically just like a fucking Roomba with a stick on it and a TV screen, and she would just drive it around, go to her classes, and she would video chat like all of her classes. That was the ultimate idea.
The fun thing is, so remember, I'm a Silicon Valley girl, and my father's in tech. So every once in a while, I'll be in the room while he's watching like one of the local, like, not high rated, like Sunday late morning news shows, which is a tech news show. So that is a real thing. It does look like a Roomba with a stick on top and a phone. It was developed by a Vietnamese American programmer in San Jose, specifically so he could spend time with his grandmother in Vietnam and learn her recipes.
That's cool.
But it is like exactly what you described.
Yeah, they have. I was going to reference Community, the show.
Oh.
I think there's an episode where like prisoners come on those things too, to go to school, to the community college that they're all going to, and like take over the whole school or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like 8 of them.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty funny.
I have never seen that show.
It's definitely worth a watch.
It's pretty mundane in the beginning, but it gets weird pretty quick.
Yeah, and then towards the end, when everybody's like leaving, then it gets like...
Yeah, so Community is good because of its structure. So if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, like all of the good story arcs and storytelling and everything about it, we were like, yes, this is amazing. Like that's all Dan Harmon, and Dan Harmon created Community.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's so many like the stories that are told and the way the characters interact and like the way it's written is just A+. Like A+. Like the first season is a little rough because you don't have like, context and you don't have character development, but like the like second and third and fourth seasons are just A+.
Yeah.
I never got into Rick and Morty. I've seen Harmon Quest and enjoyed it, but the only reason I've watched as much of it as I have is because a friend of mine was deeply into it. And that's my breadth of understanding of Dan Harmon.
Well,
I don't even know what Harmony Quest is.
I don't know either.
Harmon Quest is him playing D&D
Oh.
with a DM and a bunch of other comedians, including a rotating cast that includes some rather famous folk. And it's just them playing D&D on a stage. And when you watch videos, they have some that I think it's animated. I don't think it's live action. I think it's animated. But they're just animating from the audio of the game. So you're hearing them play the game, but you're watching an animation of the characters.
Oh, so kind of like what some people on YouTube do.
Yeah. And but then I'll cut back to the table occasionally and things like that. I know that what's his name? Dude who was the lead on Silicon Valley and now has some sitcom about him needing an organ donor or something. Was on it. It was pretty good.
Well, looks like we've got everybody that we're going to get for now. If everyone could roll me a d20. This is the story that's up. Except for Cat.
Fuck, I need to log in.
Roll a
Except for
D20.
me.
Roll a D20.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
We heard you.
Sign in with Google. Yeah.
Septem, which is Latin for 7.
Got a 12.
Oh. Oh, I see a 9 from Hamilton. Hey, there you go. Waiting for you, Mime. Maybe.
I am working on it. I am not
Okay.
home, so I don't have my dice in front of me, and so I need to 878 1. I need to log in to D&D Beyond. So like I pulled D&D Beyond up, I just like didn't log in.
Oh, that's fair.
So I am as soon as I get to my characters.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say.
Alolopolis.
I thought I heard a little bit different sound than usual.
What's the prompt?
It is in chat, but I'll read it aloud now. A story that begins with a flickering light.
Ooh.
So it's pretty free range.
Oh man, I got a night. It was
What are
on
those
19,
noises?
and then it was on 19, and then it tipped to 3. I got a 3.
Oh, looks like it.
Ooh woo.
That'd be you then. That gets the joy of that
Yeah.
prompt.
Ara.
So a story that begins with a flickering light.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to think about this.
That's fine. Take your time. We'll maybe something will jog your memory too here as you're staring across at the wall of fire that Thia cast around these mummies and had backed out of the room, catching her breath on the other side of the door with Hamilton in the doorway, while you guys are fighting off this giant undead snake in the second level of the lava tower in the middle of the fissure that had opened up, and you're still working your way up to the top of it to try and get your cake back first off, Mime. First
Right?
priorities, and also to hopefully destroy it, the whole tower, by making it to the top.
Craig.
Yes.
Now recording.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, Greg.
I didn't hear the sexy
Fucking
voice this time.
Greg.
That's so
It was
weird.
really quiet on mine. Like I barely heard him. Like he whispered to us.
It was a little sweet nothing in your ear.
Ooh, sending me chills.
Oh well.
And I believe we'd left the turn order off with Nep, and Mime, you would just finished yours before we paused, which you would cast a Channeling Divinity, which you presented your holy symbol forward towards the undead, and the mummies definitely seem to shirk away, but on their turns they'll start moving through the firewall, which was your intent with that, away from you.
Yes, and they can't attack me or anybody else near me. Anyway, yeah.
Spend turn.
Because all they can do is get away from me. Unless they're 30 feet away from me, they can do
Right.
nothing else but try to get
Move
away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Let's please. The big snake hurts. Don't forget, guys. It fucked me up real good.
And,
Owie.
and Thea. But it is your turn, Nep. If you know what you're doing.
There is quite a bit going on. That snake is a bit scary. I probably had something like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, what I thought I was gonna do, and then
No thoughts, only thoughts.
anybody need healing?
Everybody.
I'm at 13 out of 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't somebody get bit?
Yeah.
I'm also just the squishy one.
Right, aren't me, Cat, and Mime are up in the air right now, right? Still?
Yes.
No. Yes?
I thought.
No.
When did you fall?
No. Oh, because the spell ended, but I came over because I wanted to be. I wanted everybody in our party to be within 30 feet of me.
Oh, right. So you went to the ground to try and do that. Because you were up like 25 feet or so already.
So I believe I'm probably just gonna hex it first. And I'm going to choose dexterity, as I have disadvantage on dex skill checks. In case somebody want to throw like a fireball of some sort or any dex based
So
things.
rules as written, it's dex checks, not dex saving throws.
It is
Right.
checks. Oh, that is true.
But that doesn't mean that Tydraft runs it. That's just rules as written.
Oh yeah. And then
I'm up.
I'll just good old Eldritch Blast. Roll the 1.
To hit?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see where you're aiming at least.
Just straight across.
Yeah. So you hit the undead or the mummy in front of it, the undead snake, and the body just even more
Flops.
into eviscerated dust and gore.
Alright, that turns out better than expected. That's it for me.
So I believe that I'm raging.
Yes,
Unless I'm mistaken.
I believe you are too.
So
yeah.
okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start flipping back up. I think I did something similar once already. But start flipping back up the snake's ribs using only my legs. So a lot of it is like climbing steps or a ladder in this very Jackie Chan sort of way, but at least once I just hook my leg around a rib and spin around it a couple of times before releasing, coming up through the ribs to land on top with my feet spread. I'm going to come up behind the snake's head, take my scimitar, place it, like flip it around to what would be like a strangulation sort of notice or sort of position, and grab it so that I've got the neck trapped with my blade, and then I'm just going to leap backwards So that's my attack action. Is that? Do you want me to just roll an attack on that? Do you want me to roll something else?
Yes, an attack.
Just an attack.
Yep. Unless you want to see if you
But
execute
it counts as a grapple.
Are you trying to hold on to it? Continually?
Yeah, I kind of like.
'Cause
I trapped the neck with my blade, so that I'm holding the neck, and then I'm throwing a bunch of energy backwards. So yeah, I'm trying to hold on to its neck.
I was imagining you were basically trying to slit its throat, even though it doesn't technically have. You'd be trying to like decapitate it, is what I was assuming you were trying to do, essentially.
I kind of left the description ambiguous.
Okay.
But I do get advantage on strength checks when I'm raging, which is why I mentioned it.
Okay.
But if you want to just roll an attack, that makes sense too. Because I deliberately left it ambiguous to whether the damage is coming from the sharpness of the blade or from me pulling it back.
I would say roll an attack, but also roll that strength just to see how the pulling back part goes. Because the attack, I see what you're saying now, is more so of the placing of the blade, whereas the pulling back is more so you're trying to accomplish something else, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
We'll leave to the fates.
I ain't doing no damage. That was a 9. And then the strength for the grapple, which I get advantage on. 11. I think my die has COVID too.
Quarantine it. Quarantine the die.
So you jump up, or you get on top of the snake as you described, but as you're placing your blade there, you're pulling back, but your strength is used to the softness of flesh under your blade, and as you're pulling back, your blade's sinking into some of the areas that would normally sever even in between the spine, but it seems to have become this hardened, almost cementitious material, and you're and it just is making a clacking noise at you as you're trying to accomplish something that it doesn't really respond to otherwise.
Okay. I don't do anything with my move or my bonus. I can't cast spells with my bonus. Oh, I'm of the level of rogue where I can disengage as a bonus, aren't I? So remind me on disengage. Is it just I move my move back, or do I move 5 feet? I can't remember.
For disengage, you move your movement usually, minus the movement you've already moved this turn.
Which is effectively none.
Yeah, it was probably
maybe
like,
a 1 or 2.
I was gonna say it was probably like 5.5, 10 actually, because the snake is pretty large. I think I described it as 20 feet long, so it's probably sitting a good 10 approximately to the top of the head.
That's
off the ground.
Yeah. And I think we established that it has a reach of 10.
Mm.
So I'm gonna come back. Can't hide, but I'll jump on top of the chest. Because I'm a swashbuckler. So I'll jump on top of the chest and face off against it from just outside of its reach. And that's where I'll end my turn, is just standing on top of the chest. My scimitar is at the ready. Or scimitar.
Okay, then it would be mummy number 4, who turns promptly and marches through the fire towards the wall.
Why is it spicy?
Oh man, I gotta go to Thia's to figure out what the damage is on that wall. Off the top of my head, could not tell you.
Since she's not here, let's just say 10 d20s.
10 d20s.
You got those numbers backwards.
20
20
d10s.
d10s.
20 d10s.
Produce. Nope. We're gonna scroll. In the meantime, I believe it is your turn, Hamilton.
Okay. So just outside the room here, I want to do a thing. Where's my stuff? I was just looking at it. I'm going to use my uncanning action to hide. Yeah, uncanning? Or cunning, sorry. Ha, ha. Words are hard.
I agree. I was like, when did you get a can? I don't think those are invented yet.
I'm going to use
It was uncunning.
Yeah.
to hide behind the door, like right next to the door jamb. So the block line of sight, I guess, of the snake. And I don't have to roll anything. That just counts as my bonus action, right? You can take a bonus action each turn in combat. Yeah. Okay. So that would technically mean that I am sneaking, right?
You're out. If you're out of the room, sorry, I was rolling this. Yeah, so the mummy walks through the wall of fire and just turns to ash on the other side. You would probably have to roll against the perception here of it in this particular case, because you're not completely... You're out of the room, but you're not completely out of sight of... it, out of its awareness, and it was aware of you before, like you went around the corner. Just like, you know, it's not like a small child, if you put a blanket over its head, doesn't think that you've disappeared.
Also, it has object permanence.
A little bit, maybe, probably.
We need to get rid of that.
We don't like aware things here.
Object permanence should be illegal.
Okay, so what do I need to roll then?
Stealth? Sneak? What do you have?
Do a sneak!
Yeah.
Oof. It was almost a fucking 20 and it dripped over into an 8.
I would say that it is less aware than you were before. If not, it seems to just have assumed that you're running away from it, basically, is what you can tell while you're peeking around the corner. And you could probably have an advantage if you're trying to get that on an attack for a sneak.
Yeah, I was trying to go for that sneaky sneak. So, since what he's like, we got here about 5, 10. He's about 15 feet away from me. Perfect. I take aim with the blunderbuss, just like a little boop corner poke. Dirty 20.
Ooh, that'd do it.
All right, so then that gets 2d8 plus. Why did it roll so many dice?
Is that for the...
Oh, it
it's
added
for...
my sneak attack to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's why it rolled so many dice. And he has to beat a
Dexterity.
Yeah, dex save of 8 plus that'd be 10. Your dexterity. He has to beat a 12.
He did not.
Right. 1 extra point of damage.
Alright. 28.
And that's all of my stuff. Then I'll step aside to fully step out of the door frame, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. In an added description, I would say that you were kind of standing in the doorframe, turned to run away, basically, looking like, and then turned real back, quick, posted up against the doorway, and just.
Well, I have the movement. I could just be like, oh, I ran around this pillar. Like, got you. You thought I was leaving. Sneak back around this side of the corner.
Yeah. And shot off a good part of its snake ribs and probably the center portion that's standing up. They just scatter behind it. Then it's the second mummy's turn here. Getting ready to. They move also through the wall of fire, obviously. Let's see what that damage is. It's probably enough, because that was a lot. Roll. Oh yeah. It also just turns to ash on the other side of the wall. And then it's the snake's turn.
But Ash isn't in this campaign.
The snake. not
snake.
Not Bob Snake.
No, you said that this mummy turned into Ash.
Oh.
So you're saying Ash will just be teleported from hell?
Wait, isn't this castle in hell? Wait, it's in the fissure.
Yeah, which isn't Gargant. The valiant effort of Captain Mime was noticed as the snake slams down to attack towards Mime with a 16. With its open jaws.
16 to hit?
Yep.
Oh, my armor class is 18. Fuck you, Snake.
So you and Kat, as it slams down, you're kind of aware of this particular strategy, and you roll out of the way off to the side as it slams its face down right where you were. It clatters. And then it's
Gonna die today, Snake.
Thia's turn, who also is concentrating on healing stuff. Who's out here? Just for convenience sake, places her hand reaches her hand out to Hamilton, and you assume it's in kindness, considering past experiences. You haven't done anything. I think she would use it. Let me see what. Should probably use this one. For 11, she touches you and whispers something, washing away some of your wounds as they knit back together. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember exactly what had happened to you to occur the little bit of damage that you did, but
something hit me. I think the snake hit me.
I think it was one of the mummies, but I could be wrong too, because they were swarming at one point. But it is now Kat's turn.
So I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's not affected by fire, is it? Because I remember attacking it with chromatic orb at acid damage. As a level 3 spell.
I don't necessarily. I know that it was attacked with fire, and it seemed like it did something, and if it didn't, it was because it missed more than it wasn't dealing any damage. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna cast chromatic orb again at level 3.
Okay.
Oh, 17.
That does not hit.
Okay. I think that's gonna be it for my turn because I don't want to like melee this creature.
Happy on Mime's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Just begawk another glowing orb in the general direction, and it sails over its head into the ceiling. Is that one just acid damage, or was that... I was trying to remember exactly.
I can choose what kind of damage it does.
Okay. So
yeah, so it could do, like, acid, poison, freezing.
it would sail over its head, and then whichever one you choose is what dependent upon happening to the ceiling. That's why I was curious.
Oh yeah, I was going with acid.
Okay. So it hit the ceiling, and then it just across the stone, dealing a little bit of scores into the elaborate ceiling above. But then it would be Mime's turn, since you said you were done.
Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. What was this cure wounds from?
That was, sorry, I put it in as me, but that was actually Thea putting her hand on Hamilton for a cure of 11.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to do a similar thing because there's multiple of us that have gotten hurt, have taken an ouchie. So you'll see it in D&D Beyond. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Prayer of Healing as a 3rd level spell. Yes.
I'm gonna click on this.
It says the spell is cast. So it's, I don't know why it won't roll the die though. So it's 3d8 plus 8 hit points. That goes to 6. Each regain. Up to 6 creatures regain that, so I have to roll 3d8. Okay, so
Roll.
that's 11 plus, what did I say? +11 plus 8, so 19. So 19 points to Nep, 19 points to Thea, 19 points to... How far away are you, Moon?
To me, please!
Are you within 30 feet? It looks like it.
Yeah, almost certainly. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm
25,
within, like,
yeah.
20 feet.
Yeah, you also get 19.
Wait, I stepped away to get a drink. What happened?
I'm healing people.
Oh!
Are you within 30 feet of me? I can't see you on the screen.
See where I'm at here?
I'm trying to go to
just,
this.
Oh.
I'm just on the other side of that.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you can. You're within 30 feet. You can also.
Is
19?
Is it visual
Yeah.
though, or is it? I was trying to get to it.
It
still.
is instantaneous. It's those components V.
Verbal. So you're saying something.
It's a prayer of healing, so that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and say, "'Tis just a flesh wound." And then I also, it is one of my traits. It's not great, but whenever I cast a spell of 1 first level or higher to restore HP, there's also 2 things.
Yeah, prayer of healing.
My
says
healing
that,
spells are more effective.
says that you can see. Not to be.
So you get additional hit points too. Does anybody need more hit points? They get equal to 2 plus the spell's level, so they get 5 extra hit points. But for me,
Temporary hit points? Or healing?
just additional hit points.
Well, but because Moon is at max hit points now, but my max hit points are lower than everybody else's. So if it's temporary hit points, that's going to help me a lot.
I don't think so. I just
Oh
put it
no,
in the chat.
it's regains. Yeah, that's additional healing. Okay,
Yeah.
doesn't matter for me.
But what I'm looking at is when I cast a spell of first level or higher that restores HP, I regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level, so I get 5, which I could use. So, 'cause I don't think I can heal myself.
You can't heal yourself?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think I have any healing spells.
So
I have a healing spell.
So you got 5. Okay, you did it already. There you go.
Mm-hmm. And then that was doing that healing was an action because it was a spell. But before I end my turn, I'm looking around at everybody, making sure they're all getting the healing, that the prayer is working, and I look at the ring of fire, and I kind of zone out a little bit, and it strikes a flashback for me, and I'm sitting there, and I pause for a second in my healing, and I see the flames as they're moving and circling, and it reminds me of a time when from my youth when I was playing out in the woods, and it was nighttime because I was stalking nighttime creatures. I was probably trying to capture a raccoon and play a prank and put it in someone else's bedroom, and I had a very happy small village childhood. We had to find something to do to keep each other to stay occupied. When I noticed off to the distance to my right, there was it was brighter than it should be, right? Because it's nighttime. You're used to sun and stars, and so it was strange. I didn't think of anything of it at first, so I'm out there walking around in the woods, and I decide it's time to turn home. As I turn home, I notice the brightness is in that direction, and so as I get closer, I can see that it's a flickering brightness coming through the trees that I can't really. It's not really illuminating anything very well because it is, flickering in and out. As I get closer and closer, it becomes brighter and gets more steady. And I approach the clearing, and I realize that it's my house. It's on fire. And that's the before first dawn. That's the day I left, and I've never returned. That's the end of my story.
Inspiration. Yeah,
Woo.
yeah.
I am a fan of any story that ends with, and I've never returned.
Yeah, everything's gone.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So.
Chicken still has glasses too. Cat.
I thought I used that.
You did. I just have to take it off. It confused me for a second because I was like, wait, how'd you get 2 glasses? But then I was like, wait, Cat's on your shoulder. That's where the other glasses are coming from.
Yeah. Cat's not damaged, right?
No, I have so far not been hit. Nobody aims for the chicken. I look harmless.
We all love the cock.
I mean,
Gotta have something to get you up in the morning.
Ah.
And then it would be Nep's turn, it looks like.
Okay, so I still have pretty decent view of it, correct? It's big. Nobody's in the way.
Mime and Cat are in your direct line to the center mass, but you can definitely see parts of it. I mean, and it's also standing higher than Mime, because it is like 10 feet in the air, technically.
That is true. I'll just go ahead and do an Eldritch Blast. Hope for the best. 18.
That just hits.
Okay. So D10, 9, and then 6 for hex damage. Or really decent. Okay, so total of 13. 4 necrotic, 9 force.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification.
And then I'm gonna cast Healing Word, 2nd level, targeting Mime.
Thank you. I just realized I have health potions in my backpack. I will take
Just a good old 10.
plus 10.
Yeah.
Cool. I will take that.
for vocal will probably just be a. You should probably help yourself also.
He is looking at you, kid.
And then that'd be both action and bonus action.
It beeth Moon's turn, but just before your turn, Moon,
Uh-oh.
you hear more so feel from the chest a grumbling. But now it's your turn.
Well, that's pleasant, isn't it, though?
Miss it all.
Not at all. Okay, Moon, in the middle of Moon's, like, murder calm, because that's how rage manifests for Moon. Moon realizes that that Ko was going the wrong way last turn. So Ko's going to leap off of this now rumbling chest back on the neck of the snake. And we'll continue this directionality for a while. We'll catch on the actual spine of the snake and just start looping around the snake like a gymnast on the bars, the way they loop around. And I'll just keep doing that to get the snake off balance. And you'll see that the loops will actually get bigger and bigger as the momentum is moving the snake's spine rather than the magic that lets the snake move in the first place. And then at some point, Moon will shift handhold to change the momentum to be spinning perpendicular to how Ko had been spinning. Probably now on one of the ribs. And continues to spin and spin and spin. You have no idea how Moon isn't getting busy, just going head over tea kettle like this over and over again. And it gets more and more intense as the loops get bigger until Moon's feet touch the ground a few times, keeping the energy going, making it stronger every time that Ko is able to push off the ground when it hits the ground until finally, as Ko is coming up, Ko flexes core muscles to fling the skeleton into the wall of fire and land behind it.
Okay, acrobatics.
What do I
first.
roll? Do I get advantage for strength? I'm mostly joking.
Well, I'm going to be giving you advantage on something else, but I think you're enraged. If that's what you're talking about, that for advantage, it would be a strength check. If so, acrobatics is dex. I'm sorry.
Acrobatics is dex. Yeah. What is my acrobatics? Ah, damn! I gave athletics expertise. Oh well. That's an 11 on my acrobatics.
Okay. You're a little clumsy at first when you're getting up there and getting the speed going, but you started spinning through as you had said. Could you roll now the? I was still debating honestly whether or not, but I guess we'll go with a strength check just flat. Because you've already grappled onto it, and I was trying to see if there was something. There isn't really there's an improvise, whatever that does.
So
a shove. That's what I was looking for. The shove.
The absolute best for me would be to make it an athletics roll because I have expertise and advantage.
Right.
But it sounds like it's going to be I refuse to say straight because I'm not going to curse this roll by implying it's heterosexual. But a flat strength roll?
Yeah.
Alright. But I do get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
13.
You fling off of it, land dexterously just behind it, and you had gotten up high enough on its spines and ribs that are sticking out from it when you're doing your spins across it to set it off balance towards the firewall, and a part of it does go into it before it regains control as you land on the other side. So I would say that it partially went through the wall, but it didn't
Does it
land
take
flat.
damage?
Mm-hmm.
Does it take damage?
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Okay. I did something! I achieved a thing in this combat!
A thing!
It's rough being 4 levels lower than y'all. 5 in some cases.
Oh, that is rough.
I think I am content just being support of heal.
If that was your turn there, Moon, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay, then it would be...
I will once again hop back onto the treasure chest out of its reach so that it doesn't try to attack me. But this time I'm going to be on top of the chest in a handstand so that my ear can be closer so I can hear if there's anything more than just vaguely ominous rumbling going on.
Oh, okay. Could you roll a... perception?
A perception?
Yeah.
Alright. That's my other expertise skill. Check that out.
Nice.
Now I roll well. 22.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Besides the now burnt face of the snake that you're grinning at as you put your ear to this chest, you hear a soft grumbling as it neared, but as you actually make contact, you do hear a "goddamn snake won't shut up. It's supposed to be doing its job up there, getting rid of these people." And then it kind of trails off.
That's coming from the chest?
Only Moon hears this, yes.
Oh.
Moon isn't saying anything yet right now. Moon is in that scary, like if Moon had a human face that was expressive, because rabbit faces are not that expressive, it would be that scary blank face. That, like, serial killer face.
Oh.
Right now. With a huge grin. Scary blank, but a huge grin.
So what you doing, Hamilton?
Oi! Okay. So I should have been paying attention. I was listening. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing.
Sorry, I can be distracting sometimes.
So anyway, you started blasting.
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, when we got Bunny NATO over here, it's kind of hard to think about what you're gonna do.
Swashbuckler!
Bunny NATO sounds better.
Oh, God. I'm just imagining a whole bunch of them falling from the sky.
It's
They're
glorious.
multiplying!
I mean, to be fair,
To be fair.
they are a barbarian, and barbarians are known to whack.
It's true. This rabbit loves to whack. Wait.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stay hidden behind the wall, because it takes one action, I thought it was a bonus action, to reload this thing. So I've been using it.
There's a lot of pellets.
I've been using it wrong. Yeah, I've been using it wrong for a while. Okay, yeah, and that'll end my turn, because I can't do nothing else.
The snake, not being swayed too much from its original target, turns back towards the rolled away Mime after regaining its bearings and goes in for another strike towards you. Oh, okay, in for 9 to hit, and it strikes to the ground again as you roll away.
Oh. It sounded like
Snake
it
roll a one.
critted. You kind of made it sound like, oh.
I thought it did because it was when I'd seen it out of my eye, the corner of my eye, but I had to look at it fully. I think that was somebody else too that made some of the other noise. What is Thea doing here?
Okay. So. Yeah. Anyway, want to say hi to guys.
I think Thea
Yeah.
is
Really?
probably conspiring with you, Hamilton, to make a sneakier entrance next time too, after you've reloaded.
Oh.
So she
Okay.
readies pass without a trace on you both. Did that come through? There it goes.
What the hell?
So she waves her hand, whispers something, and you guys turn into a... Yeah, it's 30 feet around her, so you guys turn into a veil of shadows that are standing at the doorway right now.
Oh.
Noise.
You get a plus 10 bonus to a dexterity stealth check.
Girl.
Then it would be Cat's turn. With Mimi on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cat looking at their magic? Or trying to talk on mute?
Which deck is Mime on? Is Mime on the poop deck, on the bridge, on the mezzanine?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Right, Moon's on the chest, correct? Not on the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt. Just a cantrip Firebolt at the snake.
Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What?
10. It was almost a 20. But it rolled over to a 2.
Oh. I think that was... This is what happened last time, because you would cast this as well, and this is what you're remembering, is that you were too close last time to it to miss, essentially, and that's what I'm imagining happening here, and it's striking it, and it looks like it's, you know, going onto the bone, but it's not really, you know, it doesn't blow anything apart, or so on and so forth. So it just strikes it, but it doesn't seem to do anything. That's the description you're remembering, even though that was a miss, for sure.
That definitely. Well, that's my action. I'm gonna continue to just chill on Mime.
No bonus actions?
My only bonus action, it says, is... Hold on, let me go back to it. 2-weapon fighting, which I guess means I can attack with my little chicken claws, and I don't want to fight a giant skeleton snake with chicken claws.
Shoot.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? I'm confused.
I mean...
If you're feeling badass about it, I've had a couple different birds now, especially my turkeys, that the tips of their feathers would like just fall off, but the rest of the spine would be intact. So there would just be these spiky bits that were sticking out where the soft feathery bits weren't there, and whenever they would flap their wings, it's a pretty aggressive weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. I am going to leap and try to flutter my way to the head of the snake. And since it's a skeleton, I just want to latch onto an eye hole with my 2 feet.
Okay. Where'd it go? Okay. Yeah, you'd land there. No problem, I would say. You might want to... I'll keep in mind that you'll be probably rolling something, but I assume as a chicken you just kind of flutter up there and land, basically.
Yep, and I'm just
as your
gonna clutch
movement.
onto its eye socket and bagok in triumph for attaching myself. And now
Are
I'm
you
just
gonna
gonna
peck
hold
at
on. Can I peck at him? Does that count as 2-weapon fighting?
That would be another action at that point. That's why,
Okay.
because I was like wondering if you'd have to grapple for that too, and then I was like, wait, no, you're just a chicken that can fly and land places, but like you perching, this is your movement. So
Yeah, I don't think I can grapple something like this. I can grapple a worm. Can we turn it into a worm? Then this thing, I will take this thing down.
Anybody got polymorph?
It is Mime's turn, so maybe.
All right, so I don't know if that was a good decision, Cat, but you hold on.
Okay.
Hold on to your hats, because I'm casting a guiding bolt at the 4th level.
Oh.
Got some oomph.
Why isn't it showing up? Like, it tells me that I rolled it, but it doesn't tell me.
Oh, on D&D
What the-
Beyond.
Oh, I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
also be in a distraction by just continuing to squawk and crow like right
mean,
in face.
That's
If
not-
you are on its eyeball, it's not like it can bite you, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Do I just roll a 20?
Hopefully.
To see if it hits?
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to remember exactly how Guiding Bolt works. I know I've used it a good bunch, but it's
I know
always
what the
Pretty sure
damage
it's-
is. It's not telling me how to.
make a ranged spell
Transferable.
attack against the target.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be a D20 and plus your spell modifier, which is a 3.
Wisdom.
If you go to spells on D&D Beyond, it tells you your spell modifier right
Mhm.
next to your, which also
Oh,
lets you
it's
get a
plus 3.
+6 for spell attack.
Yeah. So 6 is what I modified to the 20?
Correct.
Gotcha. So it is 17 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
God damn it. But I'm gonna attack as a bonus with. Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I? I have a.
Wait,
as a
what about
bonus
your
action. Oh no, that's if I.
Inspiration to
Yeah, you
Add-
could
Oh yeah, can I use my inspiration die?
go for it.
So in addition to that. Good thinking. Thank you. Thank you very much. An 11, so plus 11.
Oh, that'll do it.
All right. So that was
It was 17 plus 11 to hit, so
east.
20.
And at the
28.
4th level, it's 76 damage.
Holy crap! Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Kablooey!
76.
well, I mean, at first level it's
Motherfucker, are
like
you kidding me?
46. And then,
4 of these are ones. It's a 12.
What?
Mulligan.
4 ones, 2 3s, and a 2.
Ah!
That's brutal.
it just wasn't meant to be.
12 damage. God damn it.
Where were you getting the other number from? Oh, 7d6.
What?
70. I thought you said it was doing 76 damage, like 7.
Oh.
Like 7.
Oh, I heard
6.
76 too.
Oh. No.
I was like, holy crap. Anyways.
He did.
Let's do some 4th level guiding
I mean-
bolt more often.
It could have been up to like 40 something. Sorry, 40 something
42.
damage,
Yeah.
which would have been nice.
Yeah, it would still.
Numbers are hard.
Yeah. So
Or-
12.
God damn it.
You feel that Lono's heart wasn't really into that guiding bolt, even though you were really pushing it, and you as the heavens open up and the radiance comes down, breaks off like 2 more prongs of its ribs. You're like, what the hell was that, Lono?
Accurate.
Do 2 more ribs come out of each prong? Just be a rib hydra.
That would be terrible.
Hydroribonucleic acid. What?
Wait. Is that just DNA? No. Wait.
It was a joke on DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid.
Ah, there it is. That's why it sounded familiar.
Moon, what you doing over there after you've seen the heavens open up to break down that beam, and the snake is still slithering?
Definitely a little disheartened. Like, all of that power, that light, that fury, and just the little poof.
I think Moon is a little fed up with how the being super acrobatic has gone, and is just going. Probably does still have to do it in 2 hops though. So it's gonna hop, jump, hop off the floor, jump up, and just shove the front of the skeleton's. Or shove the back of the skeleton's head with core feet. Just like not even doing any of the tricky gymnastic stuff. Just get me behind the head, and kick.
Strength.
And then we'll bounce off. Yeah, I'm just going to do strength, and then we'll bounce off in this direction afterwards.
Perfect.
We'll actually tap Nep on the head, and then hit the wall, and then land probably over here.
2 hops this time.
It's a good thing I have advantage, because that first roll was a 3 on the die.
Oof.
Second roll was much better. That's a 17. Finally a decent roll.
And distracted, it was kind of shaking its head startedly as you kicked the back of its, because of Cat on its eye socket, as you kicked the back of its...
I probably would have, since I'm trying to shove the head into the fire, sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to grab Cat while I do that, so that Cat doesn't end up in the fire. I want Cat with me instead of in the fire.
That one, I would...
Bagok, thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna make it more interesting. If you can roll a performance for me there, Moon, and a perception for me, Cat.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
So, look up my performance here. Ooh, it's only a +1. 12.
14.
Okay. So you're sticking your hand out, Moon, and when you, just before you kick, Cat does jump off of the eye socket onto your arm, and when you start bouncing back, you have Cat with you. And
I'm actually going to leave Cat on Nep's head. Instead of just like bopping Nep on the head, I'm just going to like deposit Cat onto Nep's head and then bounce off to the side.
So now do I have a chicken resting in my
Yep.
antlers?
Yep.
It's quite a nice perch.
And
Bagok.
the snake head fully goes into the flames this time, just...
Does it take the D8s?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting there. I think if you were done with your turn, though, it is Hamilton's turn, Moon, while I'm rolling those.
Right. Okay. Well, since I am well hidden inside of these nice shadows, I'll just make my little peek around the corner, aim the blunderbuss. Now, does that +10 only count for stealth, or because I use dexterity for the aiming of firearms?
Yes, dexterity, and then it has stealth in parentheses.
Okay. $15?
To hit,
Oh, hell yeah.
or is that the sneak? What was that for?
I have. Well, that was the hit, but I thought I didn't have to. Do I have to roll a sneak because I'm in the
No,
shadow?
it would be
radius?
if you're wanting to add this sneak to your roll, is what it would be, but that would not hit a 15. Sorry.
Oh.
For the confusion. I was trying to read through this wall of flame text here a little bit too, off to the side. Because that...
Ball of flame.
How long does this last?
That's what I was checking. I'm pretty sure as the head comes back out of it, the flame just vanishes as well as it should have probably before whenever I was casting the other stuff, because this is concentration. But I will allow my own mistakes, obviously, to play out. Because most of the face of the snake is now burnt.
I made use of it while it was there.
Yep. It's a good
Let's
move for
step
sure.
behind here, and I guess that'll end my turn because I can't reload this thing. Well, Nah, it's 2-weapon fighting. Never mind. Okay, no, that's it.
Okay. Going to the snake now. I think that would have exposed your position too, but it did look like you moved back. I see now too. I've come back.
Yes. I used a bit of my movement to peek out, and then a bit of my movement to peek back.
Got it.
So at the end of that, would you want me to roll that sneak to go hiding back into the pass without a trace shadow radius? Or are you just gonna say I'm back to hidden?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind rolling it.
Yeah,
That'd
I'd
be
be trying to
24.
hide, but I keep disengaging with my bonus action instead.
Okay. Yeah, you don't draw its ire as it moves towards Mime again, content with trying to go after its prey that was closest to.
Okay.
27 to hit on Mime.
Jesus. Okay, that hits.
I'm gonna use my reaction to cast Silvery Barbs.
Remind me of what that is.
It just has reroll and has disadvantage basically.
Oh.
Here. Then I
You magically distract the target. Okay.
I'll give advantage to Mime, since she's the one getting attacked.
So 15.
How generous!
And
Yeah.
to hit Mime. Which I think you'd said 19.
18's my thing.
Okay.
So if it's 20, what is it to hit?
It wasn't now with a silvery barb, which is that what are you yelling to distract it or what have you, I guess, because you magically distract the trigger. I'm just trying to fill in the gaps here.
The chicken's over here.
It's the 5
I
o'clock.
begawk really loudly.
It's the 5 o'clock free crack
no.
giveaway.
I'm gonna do a rooster crow like morning call. What is that? That has a term, doesn't it?
Wake the fuck up.
It's not tap, it's not reverie.
Nope.
A cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, I'm gonna cock-a-doodle-doo! After he says the chicken's over here.
And
Or I
as
think it's called I Know What We're Having for Dinner.
as the head comes down, may your hands go up in your normal posturing of "oh fuck," and the teeth look like they're about to sink into you as the cockle-doodle-dooing goes off from Cat, almost not of their own volition, but just in time for the head to turn slightly and you to land right in between the two fangs as it came down to bite you, and it comes back up thinking it has you in its maw, but it does not. And then it would be Thia's turn, who I would say is catching their breath over here to the side, not knowing what to do. And then it's Cat's turn.
Meow.
I want to cast... I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Agnazar's Scorcher.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
A line of roaring flame 30 feet long and 5 feet wide emanates from you in the direction you choose. Each creature in that line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw. The snake has to make a dexterity saving throw of 16. Wait, is there anybody else in that line?
I'm looking at it, and technically, depending upon how you're angling it, Mime would be, but I'll go for the diagonal, which is probably what you're actually trying to do.
Yes.
And say that would count just fine to not hit Mime in that direct line. But
Yay!
if you want to roll,
it actually doesn't have like a roll for an attack, just damage.
Oh, it's
That
a
makes
dex
sense.
saving throw.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Boys.
What was it?
Out of 3d8, I got 20.
What was the?
What's your spell save DC?
Oh, 16.
Okay, so that hits, and you rolled a 20. That's a death kill if you want to describe how you're incinerating this snake.
Okay, so I am perched upon Nep's horns.
Horns.
I'm just gonna like spread my wings and just like caw really loudly.
Oh, the good old flaming cock.
And then I guess just from like my center of mass, a beam. No. With one of my feet, I'm gonna point at my eyes, and then point at the snake and just cock, and then the beam of flame comes out of me, hitting the snake.
And it rips most of its ribs off of it as it's still kind of trying to move its jowls at you, and as those turn to ash in that rush of flame that's coming off of you, the rest of it chars and crispifies into the ground, into a pile.
Crispify.
Yeah, I made a word up for you. There you go.
I cockle-doo-doo-doo and try him.
And combat is over.
I'm gonna.
I feel
hop
like
down.
playing a song of the Phoenix. Because
Yeah.
that's essentially what that was. Not. I'll start playing Phoenix by Fall Out Boy.
The mighty chicken. Gonna hop down, really proud of myself, and just like
gonna-
say through the torque, like, "Can we open that chest now?"
Mime's just gonna golf clap.
There's someone in it.
What?
What do you mean there's somebody in it?
The
I wanna-
skeleton is, or the snake was a guard, I guess.
Mime's gonna run over to the snake and investigate and see if there's anything there to harvest.
I want to slowly walk through the shadows of the Pass Without a Trace with my hands in the air, be like, I help.
Oh man, Zeph's not here to take its banus.
If you wouldn't mind rolling an investigation there, Mime.
I got a 2.
You're looking at this charred husk remains, and you're wondering how it was even moving in the first place. There is nothing that you can imagine using, especially now that it's been turned to ash, essentially.
Moon is listening at the chest again.
I'm gonna deliberately stomp through as much of it as I can on my way over to the chest.
Moon holds up a hand to be like, hold on. And Moon is listening to see if there's any more sounds from the chest.
Investigation, if you would.
Laying that long rabbit ear along the top of the chest. 10.
You hear the grumblings again, but this time they're more subdued, and you catch a few words of, "Oh, they must have gone away, or the snake ate them. Maybe it'll get its flesh back after eating more flesh."
Scales or flesh?
Then Moon will look up at Mime and say, they seem to be mollified. Quieter now. They think the snake ate us.
I guess it's the perfect time to attack then, eh?
You're not wrong.
Although maybe we should sleep first.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I was feeling kind of tapped.
Slightly exhausted.
Only slightly.
Yes, being mighty only makes me slightly exhausted.
We're not all that. Wish we all could be in the presence of that much greatness.
I find myself longing for to have a nightmare.
Longing to have a
Okay,
nightmare? Did I catch that right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's what Moon says.
Ah, okay.
Remember, Moon has a close relationship with the nightmare you feed the other nightmares to.
I was very confused for a second, but I remember now. So are you guys settling down, having something to eat, maybe?
Yeah, food's probably a good idea.
Long resting?
Shall we rest here then?
Long resting.
Who's
We could set up our bedrolls inside the skeleton.
What's wrong with the snack goblin?
The snack goblin.
We could rest outside. That makes sense.
and
I mean, he may be gassy, but
I'm gonna stay a long rest here next to this chest and see if any other sounds happen.
and are you guys all going settling down at once?
I'll split the night with you, Mime. Watching the chat.
So you're asking for putting a watch up, essentially.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like. Do you wanna? I don't. Maybe. I guess somebody could come through the chest. I feel like nobody's really gonna mess with us, but we should probably have a night watch, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anybody want to go first?
Nep can go first.
Cheers to Nep.
Moon's happy to go whenever.
Nep, then Moon, and I guess Mime will go after that. So they're 2-hour watches.
A 2-hour watch.
Yeah. 2 hours is probably good to split up.
Okie dokie. Then we need a fourth person.
I can watch.
Okay. And Cat will greet the morning that we cannot see because there are no windows.
I'll just cockle-doodle-doo when it's time to wake up.
Perfect.
Cat's internal
Perfect.
clock will know when to cock-a-doodle-doo.
Right. For
It's
some
just
reason,
in
I
Never
know
met a
when it's
rooster, that
sunrise.
means anytime ever.
Yeah.
Who needs a watch when you have a cock?
Aha!
It's a perfect sundial. Wait, what?
Mood.
Alright. Mime's gonna settle down here, their bedroll, and go to sleep.
Okay. And Nep's going up first. So if you could roll me a perception.
17.
Nice. How are you perched and posted up too?
I mean, I'm mainly leaning against the wall, just kind of keep an eye on the chest due to Moon's warning.
Okay. During your watch, it's mostly quiet in the room. You're sitting there watching, or leaning against the wall, watching the rest of your companions settle down and their breathing start to slow. And then the chest starts to creak open slowly, and you see two eyes looking out at you before it lowers back down. And that happens not too long after everyone has quieted down, probably an hour into your watch or so. But it doesn't happen again, and you know it's nearing the end of your watch.
So, at the end of my watch, when I go to wake up Moon, I will inform them about my sighting.
Good to know that the watch might be exciting. Thank you.
Best of luck. Then I will go back to my spot and sleep.
And Moon will set himself up right next to the chest on that side, no, where it's not likely to be seen if anybody peeks out, but is right there in case Ko needs to be.
And especially because of your proximity, as the watch had changed, there was the noise echoing in the chamber, and then everything quiets down again as Nep's breathing settles to the chest. You can hear from the inside kind of a creaking sound, almost of wood being stood on, or maybe wood floorboards. You're not 100%.
I'm definitely laying my ear to hear as much as I can.
And as soon as you do that, you hear a click, as if the chest had locked itself, and then the wood creaking again as it sounds like maybe more wood under strain, almost like maybe a ladder or something. You're not 100%. And all the noise stops as you're listening to it intently, and your watch slowly comes to an end.
So who was next on the list? Was Mime? Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, so Moon goes and sort of shoves Mime a little bit gently, shoves her awake.
Them.
And like them, excuse me, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then puts finger in front of core mouth, and whispers so that they don't say anything, and then whispers to them,
It seems they locked the chest from the other side. So you may not have anything to worry about, but they seem to react whenever there's noise up here.
Interesting. Okay. Good info.
And then we'll go to sleep and have a nice nightmare.
Mime's gonna, tidy up, clean up what they were doing, and I guess go sit on the ground in front of the chest.
Okay. And Mime, you are sitting and watching all of your companions contentedly and glad that none of them had lost their lives this day, and that your healings had done their work to help in the vanquishing of such a great foe. Those thoughts are prevalent in your mind as you feel your watch ending.
Good stuff. Alright, it's Cat next. Mime's gonna walk over to where Cat is perched and just slowly, gently with 2 fingers pat the top of Cat's head. From like between the eyes, back along the neck.
Oh,
Hello.
the good old comb. Just
Yeah.
As you do that, I'm gonna stir you over and be like, no, let Cat rest. They had a hard day. Mainly because Cat's not at her computer.
That's fair. Cat did give the killing blow, but this just means you're gonna have to do your best. Everybody's expecting a cockle-doodle-doo, so when your watch is over, you're gonna have to cockle-doodle-doo.
I will give it my best.
Okay. That Mime's gonna go back over, lay down.
And I guess since no one told me about the chest, I'll just pace around the room, just admiring the nice floor.
And you're wondering whether or not this is actual gold inlaid in the floor, because it seems like it. And a red marble that you're very unfamiliar with. You maybe on one of the captain's desks, but not a whole floor that you've seen in your life.
could we chip up the gold?
Is this mahogany?
Mahogany.
And you're finished admiring that and looking across at your friends and the damage you guys had wrought on the creatures, and you're realizing your watch is near ending.
Yeah. As my watch starts to end, I guess since I wouldn't know what time it was, but I could probably see like a little uneasy rustling of cat, like, oh, it's probably about that time. And I'll just take a big deep breath in.
And, okay, probably should have given a headphone warning there.
Time to wake up.
I just got back and he did that. What's happening?
Honestly, I thought my headset would cut out and then it would all just pick up from her headset.
It mostly did on my end, so.
Okay. Because 9 times out of 10 when I do shit like that, my headset cuts out and just hear it from Jess's.
And you.
It was still pretty loud.
And Mime's gonna sit up from their bedroll and just like stretch arms up and out to the side and smile and be like, "Yes, just like when I was young."
And you hear Thia too waking up fitfully from having slept slightly fitfully too. I forgot about this part. I'm gonna repost it in chat, but I was like, what is this little symbol on Thia? Oh yeah. And she begins coughing fitfully.
Rotting fist.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just
It was from
give
the
her
mummy.
the blue water thing?
Or I have cure wounds. No.
Is it a curse?
The cursed target can't regain hit points, and its hit points are reduced by a maximum of 10 each day.
So wouldn't the holy water kind of decurse it? Or remove the curse? Or I wasn't
Wait,
there
I
when you guys got the blue water. Before,
We
you know,
could
she...
try the blue water. But I also have lesser restoration, which allows me to end either one disease or one condition afflicting a creature.
Cursed.
Does that count towards curses?
Oh, the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. That doesn't count.
Yeah, we need
There's
remove
a
curse or something.
specifically remove curse spell.
It's
Pretty
a
sure it's
warlock
actually
spell.
level 3.
Would Cat have any kind of remove curse spells?
Let me look.
I only have 2nd level spells.
And-
Moon.
Hint, hint, Cat can also use their books to maybe relearn a spell having had just a long rest.
Oh ho ho! Oh yeah, I need to tell D&D Beyond I took a long rest.
Yeah, I don't have anything related to curses. I do have blue water, though. We can try some blue water. I'm just gonna walk over and, like, pour some on Thia's head. Just,
Bloosh.
like, on top. Like, the power of Christ compels you.
For the record, remove curse is a cleric, paladin, warlock, and wizard spell.
Yeah, but it's level 3. I mean,
I'd be a
cleric probably
wizard.
could. Cleric and wizard probably could take it, since it is a new day.
We need a remove curse spell.
Yeah. Maybe.
You pour the blue water of the goddess on Thea, and surprisingly, it does make her look better, but she still is a little gray around the eyes, it seems like.
I'm gonna give her some to drink.
She slurps up more of the water. Is that just your flask that you were holding to?
I think so.
Okay. Just double checking. 52. And it seems like the dark circles go away, but there is weirdly a darkness around the outside of her, the whites of her eyes that seems to be hanging on, but it's not, it's almost like a shadow, it looks like. You're not sure.
I have a feet super mushroom and also an unknown health potion.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, so if anybody can learn
I'm
how
okay.
to
I'm okay for now. I feel pretty good, guys.
I can forget a spell so that I may relearn from one of my spell books. One of my tiny chicken-sized spell books.
What's the name of the one that does the cursing? Or removes the just remove curse?
Yeah.
Remove curse.
Pretty sure it's 3rd level.
Oh yeah. I can prepare it. Oh wait, I have to get rid of something else. Guess I can get rid of control water. Haven't used that for a while.
I was gonna say I could drop earth tremors because I have yet to use it even once.
Or locate creature. Yeah, what's the rules around when I can manage my my spells?
For a wizard, I knew it was after a long rest. That's why I said it, but I wasn't 100% on a cleric.
Pretty sure it's the same thing. Of, like, long rest pair.
Because I know wizards I always had in my mind that they like carry their books usually around with them because that's how they learn magic too, so they can use it to learn and relearn stuff. But could petition Lono, essentially. Lono, I need.
It's all talking about D&D 5e.
That's what we're playing.
We care about.
Yep.
What?
No way.
Wait, we're playing D&D 5e? Fuck, I quit.
I thought this was Pathfinder.
I've been making it up as we go, so joke's on you guys.
I signed up for a game of Bluebeard's Bride, okay? Which is kind of a deep cut, so that's awesome.
Apparently, 27 states have an official beverage. And 21 of the states chose milk.
Weird.
Milk?
Of course they did.
Yes.
They're supporting the failing dairy industry.
Yep.
Ohio is tomato juice.
It's
That's
surprising.
weird.
Tomato juice is good.
Like V8 tomato juice, or like just drinking straight tomatoes.
Tomato juice. I don't know. Just tomato juice is good in B8. It's good as just like a really light sauce. Because if you've ever cooked your own sauce by just like mashing down some tomatoes and not like cooking them thoroughly, it's really good.
Yeah, after a long rest, you can also change them. It looks like. I like those crooked tomatoes, by the way. Instead of those traits.
Swapping prepared spells takes time to prepare. A cleric will need time to meditate.
Yeah, so like while you were doing your watch, you would have done it.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, you can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Oh no. That's for a wizard. Preparing a new list of cleric spells requires time spent in prayer and meditation, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list. Alright, I guess I'm gonna sit down and meditate for a little bit.
Talk to Lono.
Yeah.
Convene with the Lono.
Because remove curse is a 3rd level spell, so I have to do that for at least 3 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna meditate for a little bit. Go over here. Oh.
What's everyone else doing here? Nip. Hamilton.
I've been kind of practicing that sheet music that we got from the library.
Oh yeah.
That I got from the library.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have a title, possibly? Like, just pull out a random classical piece and then...
The Adagio on G string. It's beautiful.
On G string?
I love G string anything, but not.
I imagine Josh is talking about something else.
I realize how that sounds, but no, I actually meant the other one because it's just a great. Oh my gosh, it just resonates with my soul.
Is it G minor or specifically G string?
Just on G string. Yeah, if you Google Adagio, Adagio on G string.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. It says in G minor is one of them.
Oh, maybe.
I know minor chords always sound funky, but
I
like
do
minor
want to
chords.
kind of bring up that I still have soul spikes on my necklace for everyone that we have yet to use. I know that maybe this isn't the safest place to activate them, but we should activate them somewhere. And I have 2 extra torgs that I just happened to pull out of my little shoulder bag.
Chicken path. Satchel.
I pull one out and I walk over to Moon and like try to hand it to him. I'm holding it in my beak, obviously, and I'm just like, try to hand it to Moon.
Not a him.
The acting is on point that you guys cannot see.
And you're handing me a soul spike, you said?
Actually, I'm handing you, I just forgot what the fucking word was.
Work.
A Torg!
Hmm.
The necklace.
Yeah, I know what a Torg is. I look at it and realize what it is and just look at you and go, thank you. And immediately put it on.
You're welcome. Bugok. And I'm gonna do the
And
same
you
thing.
hear that, actually.
Yeah, literally, like, it's the one time you see Comb get actually, like, surprised. But literally, like, starts and jumps up and looks around for a sec before realizing what just happened.
So I have a question.
Mm.
Nice to meet you.
So can Moon take their torque off? Because I know, like, we can't. When they were given to us, we were told that they could not come off.
Well, Moon has no reason to try right now. So if somebody's
Right.
asks...
I'm just curious if that's like a feature of Torques, or if that's just like the ones Allopolis gave us are like, you will have these. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. It's like in my notes. I remember writing that down.
No comment as of right now.
Where
Okay.
Where did you get this? I thought... I mean, you all are wearing them. I didn't think there were extras.
One of us.
We got them from... Actually, I don't know if I can...
That you can now understand because you're not bugocking anymore. There's actually words coming through the torque.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I can answer this clearly because Cat literally came in late in the game. And I got my Torg and all of these extra bits from a wishing chest. Or from a chest of desire, the Amazon box that we found.
But does Cat say that you got the extra one for the Moon Cages of the Night and Shadows from this Amazon box?
Yes.
From this Amazon box. That's lovely.
And I reply, I'm like, it is nice to properly meet you as well. And I, like, bow my head. And then I turn and I walk towards Nep to hand him the other Torg.
For the record, before you turned away, Moon definitely, like, dropped into something resembling a curtsy to meet you properly.
Oh, that's just me pressing a button. That's all.
I'm imagining this interaction between a large bunny rabbit humanoid and a chicken. It's just bowing and curtsying to each other like we're proper gentry or something. I love this image in my head. I love it a lot.
So after all of that, Mime rises. They've now centered. They've meditated, and they walk over and pat Thea on the head, very much like a duck, duck, goose type of pat. Just like pats them on the head real quick.
Gets up on your tippy toes too.
Yeah. Well, is Thea standing up?
I would assume so now, after the long rest that everyone had just had, was watching that transpire over by the chest too, and admiring some of the stuff around the room during your meditation. So.
Oh, I thought they were okay. So if they're standing up, then I'm gonna like, do that thing with your finger when someone wants you to come here. With one index finger, and I'm just gonna curl forward. I'm gonna look at them and get Thea to bend over.
And she
Whoa,
complies.
doing a colonoscopy right now?
No, I'm in front of Thea.
She complies, leaning her head down, as if to get on your level to talk to you.
Yeah, and instead of saying anything, I'm just gonna touch her on the head. Like a boop.
And a shiver runs through
Of course.
her body and the light cough that she had just evaporates in a puff of out of her mouth, and the shadows around the I used to know what that white part of the eye was called, but it's not coming to me right now. It's a cool word too.
Did you know there's a word for the back of your knee?
Yeah, I forget what that is too though.
Isn't that like the butt?
No, it starts with a P.
The patella is in the front.
Yeah, that's the actual kneecap, isn't it?
Sclera.
Yeah.
Sclera is the white part of the eye. It's a sweet ass word, as you tell.
Popliteal.
I got all excited, like I knew sclera, then I realized I was thinking of albumin, which is part of an egg.
Yeah, the back of your sclera is good. The back of your knee's the popliteal.
Popliteal. Huh.
I'd never. Anyway, beyond that.
Hold on to that one until later. I grab him by the popliteal.
Grab him by the. Oh.
That'd be very uncomfortable.
I mean, I feel like I've been grabbed by the popliteal before.
I've grabbed my popliteals a time or two before. It wasn't. It was interesting. Anyways.
Thank you.
Well, on that note, I have to run away early, and I apologize. But
Understood.
I don't know. You're welcome to just leave me in this chamber. Maybe I'm fascinated by the floor or something. If you leave.
Wait, would you like a soul spike before you leave?
Are we doing that now?
I mean, if you have it on your person, then you can decide when to use it.
Sure. I will. I'll come over. I'll get a soul spike.
And
I'm gonna have to remember what the mechanics of those are, but yeah, I'll take one from you and put it in my backpack.
If you're in your inventory and you go to manage inventory, I think you should be able to search, because it's a created item that I made of Soul Spike, and that way, you can take it out of your inventory. But I'm double checking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you found it. There you go. And it's like a little charm, is what she hands you, that is in a literal form of a spike that would presumably go on the torque. It seems like it has a little clasp and such to go on a piece of jewelry of sorts, at least.
It's a save point. That's amazing. I like this. Good item. All right, I'm gonna run away. Good luck. Good session.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Thanks for.
Thanks for all the laughs.
And same thing for the torque.
Yeah,
Moon.
so I give one to Moon.
You should be able to search TORC, and it should come up.
On D&D Beyond?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's good.
Sorry, I had a coughing fit.
Oh no, that's all right. It's I was just mentioning it now because I was talking about the Soul Spike, and I knew I'd made this item as well.
How do you spell torque?
TORC.
TORC.
Yep. And it's got a dash necklace of communication after it. At least Mime's does, I think. Excuse me.
Yeah, the ones I have in my pack also show this.
Cool.
Why did you search for Thrash? Did you not ask for Thrash?
So you're handing one to Nep, though, too, Kat? Right.
Yes, I am.
And I'll add one.
If somebody could just send me a link, because I seem to be failing at pulling it up.
I can also add it to your inventory once I get there.
I mean, I'm not really using D&D Beyond because I have my Google Doc that I like.
Right.
So.
It is convenient for my sake especially too, because I can see everybody's character all right there with their little blurbs of levels and such.
Valid.
And
Valid.
then I can go into everybody's inventory pretty easily from that point too, to, like I'm saying here, to add.
You, sir, need to ask permission before you reach into my inventory.
I was pretty sure your trust was placed into me to know when that when time is appropriate for me to reach into your inventory.
Non-verbal consent
Yes,
is still
as it
consent,
says here in the
but you should
contract, you
verify
are
it.
correct. All right.
I don't know if you guys are moving on or all settling down or what you're doing elsewise. I see Hamilton squaring up in front of this chest now too.
Oh yeah, do we want to open the chest?
Yeah, I got ideas of what I am hoping for.
The chest should be locked from the other side.
Do we have a crowbar?
Doesn't
Some
that come with
sorts.
one of the adventuring kits?
So, while the healing of Thea was going down, and the passing of the spike, Hamilton, as the rogue he is, just kind of eyes up the chest, notices the tree of life on it, and is like, I bet this chest could tell many stories. And I just reach out, try to open it real slow like, just to find that it's locked, right?
It is very much so locked.
Alright.
Securely.
Okay. So it's locked, I see. Then I would like to... Wait a minute, I just read this shit earlier. I want to use fast hands. You can use a bonus action granted by your cunning action to make a sleight of hand check. Use your thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock or take and use an object.
What is it again? The thing? What is it called?
Boom. Fast hands.
Oh.
Did it send? No, it didn't send. Send. Why is it not sending? Hold on, let me refresh my pages. I don't know why that's not sending. It's just all gonna pop up. You're gonna get like 20 of them.
Yeah. That's how it works.
There it is.
Starting at 3rd level, you can use the bonus action granted by the action to make dexterity sleight of hand check. So you'll want to roll a sleight of hand.
Those hands are so slight.
16.
So slight and dainty.
You take out your thieves' tools and I've got this. Click. And
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, as I would presume the chest just disengaged, I will take both hands on each side of the chest and go, let's see what we have here. And open it.
And
As in, I don't know if it's unlocked or not.
and you proceed to swing the chest open.
Moon is set up next to it, ready to go if need be.
and you peer down into what looks like a long, dark tunnel with a ladder coming out of it.
I have. Oh, thought I had night vision.
It's still, there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel, essentially. So you can see into the darkness, but farther than, like, you would, and someone without your vision would be able to. But you can tell it stops at a certain point, just outside of your vision, probably, though.
Okay, yeah, because dark vision goes up to 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look around and be like, all right, well, who's first?
Sorry, I got zoned out again. You said that you can't see it because it's dark and dark vision is only 60 feet?
Yeah.
Well, now both of us have 300-foot dark vision.
What was that?
Because I just said both of us now have 300-foot dark vision. I touch you and I give you my dark vision.
Oh.
And my dark vision is 300 feet.
Woo! And you see just at the maybe 10 feet after that 60 feet is about when the ladder ended, so it's about 70 feet, and there's a stone floor at the base of this shaft with a ladder in it.
There's no one there?
Mm-mm.
Moon's gonna start heading down and be the first to head down.
Yeah, I'll relay all this information to everybody.
Most
I
should
mean,
be.
moving slowly and carefully to watch to make sure that I don't surprise someone.
You get swung into it and start going down the said ladder, and you hear from behind you as you're facing the ladder, "Halt!"
I specifically said I was being careful to not surprise anyone.
They didn't attack or anything like that. You just heard halt behind you. Are you halting?
Yeah, I'm going to see who they are, yeah.
Okay. And you turn around to see a green-skinned 10 to 15 foot tall figure standing in a room full of treasure. You cannot come into my room of treasures.
I appear to already be here, though.
No, you're outside.
Another snack goblet. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Moon just chuckles and laughs at that and starts, like, transmitting to the torque. If I was outside, I believe it would be brighter and smell better?
No, you talk about sunlight land. That, no fun.
Well, what do you mean by outside?
See wall? He points to either side of you where you see there's a bit of an archway rammed through a stone wall that he's standing behind. You outside wall. You not in treasure room.
Oh, I see. I'm not in, and I don't know if they can hear me through the torque, so I'm just going to say it. I'm not in the treasure room with the troll in it. Okay, well then I can come down off the ladder just fine.
He looks
I'm
at
gonna turn
you.
and look to the party, covering up my torque, and go, put my hand on top of the chest lid, and be like, well, he's gone.
Not he.
Oh,
Well, they're gone.
And it just
I'm gonna
glares.
flutter up onto oh my goodness, the lip of the chest to prevent him from closing the lid.
With your beak or your talon? Or
Like
your
yeah,
wing?
I'm gonna hop up on there and hold on to the lip of the chest with my feet and just like perch there.
Oh, okay. So he can't like slam it closed on top of Cat. Got it.
So I can get off the ladder then, because I won't be in your treasure room.
the troll, which is an obvious he, because they are not wearing clothes either. You see quite a large protuberance from the midsection, and he just stares at you kind of dumbly for a second before he glares and says nothing.
Alright. I think I see something over here that's not in the treasure. I'm gonna go check that out. I say that to the troll, and then I go and check out this like Batman giant penny looking thing.
There is no response from the troll. It just watches you go around the corner outside of its view, which I'll fix for you here in a second. But there is no response or retort either. So as you're looking at the odd thing in front of you, you realize it's a poorly affected mirror, probably, because it seems to be a polished gold full body mirror. And if you want to,
this is intriguing.
that's just your first glance of it. If you were looking closer, let me know. Go ahead and roll investigation, and let me know how you're doing such.
I'm definitely like just getting up in it and looking closer and investigating.
Not touching, not doing anything else. Sniffing.
Right now, I'm not
licking.
touching or doing anything else. I want to see if I can figure anything out first.
While they do
With my
that,
investigation of -1.
I'm gonna take a shield out of my inventory that I have never used, and I'm pretty sure Warren. That's not his name in this one. Frederick gave me, and I'm gonna stick it, the point of the end of it, into the side of the chest so the lid cannot close. And look at the cat and be like, "All right, I guess we're going down, huh?"
Cock. Sorry, I was texting.
I rolled a 4, by the way.
Ah, thank you. I did see that come across, and then my brain just was like, 4? Anyways, you're looking.
Also, for the record, Hamilton, your dark vision, 300 feet, lasts for an hour.
Okay.
You're looking at it, and all the way around it, there's a edge, but it seems to be also resting on a gold pedestaled platform that isn't nearly as highly polished. And at the top, almost out of reach, at about 6 feet, where it's standing on top of the pedestal, is a little emblem of sorts. You don't recognize it, and it's not exactly standardized. It's kind of maybe like a castle.
This looks magical, Moon will say, so that it goes through the torque.
Is magic.
Yeah.
Comes from around the corner.
What is it? It is magic? Oh, what does it do?
Touch. Find out.
Oh. What's that? It'd be easier to just ask you first.
Easy. Maybe, but also easy for me.
I don't
not
understand.
tell you.
You seem to be doing about as much effort telling me you're not going to tell me as you would have taken to tell me that what I want you to tell me.
Can you roll a persuasion?
Wow, Moon suddenly became a charismatic character. 3.
Well. You try trick. I no tell you.
You're a smart one. Are there other magical things in there?
All magic.
Ah,
Me magic.
you're magic. You're a wizard.
No. No, wizard. Shakes head, kind of grunts. And this one, you're
Well-
telling, is far more fit and lean than the one above, but seems to be of a similar race, indeed, as the snack goblin.
Well, what makes you magical if you're not a wizard?
He flexes his muscles, and his eyes glow red. That's all he says.
Oh my, your eyes can glow.
Were you heading down there then, Hamilton, Nep, or Cat?
Yeah, I'll start the head down.
I'm just gonna jump onto Hamilton's shoulder and go down for the ride.
I'll give him a moment before I start heading down.
Okay.
So, there's space on the ladder.
And you, Hamilton, and Cat see Moon and the beast that Moon is trying to converse with.
Holy salty cockroaches! What is that thing?
Appears to be something magical, but not a wizard, we've established.
You're not a wizard. Got it.
He points behind you, Moon, and says, "Friends?"
Yes, they are.
I know friends. I know
You
have
know
friends.
friends. You know what friends are.
I know have friends.
You know what it's like to have friends.
No, I have no friends.
Oh,
Well, that's
really-
depressing.
Yeah, that's really sad.
But I got gold friends. And he runs his hand through a chest that's just heaped with gold. These are my friends. And he lets his hand dribble back some of the gold into the chest.
Can we meet your friends?
No. You take my friends. If you...
Well, really what we're trying to do is we're trying to go, I guess, up 2 floors at this point?
Oh, you want to go up tower?
Yeah.
You need to use magic on door.
What kind of magic?
No.
And you
Would you
call
like-
yourself a wizard.
Would your eyes work on the door, do you think?
My eyes?
You can make your eyes glow.
No,
You showed me.
Yeah, no. The door is blocked from us go up. I stay
Do you know
here,
how-
hoard treasure for overlords.
Tell me about these overlords. I haven't met them yet.
I'm master for this floor, he says happily, when his
I
eyes
can
glow.
tell. You seem very masterful.
He actually does blush a little bit at that.
What color do trolls blush? I have to know.
Pink.
If you're the master of this floor, then surely you know how to leave it.
No, I master this floor. I know master leave this floor.
So, 1 second. Looking at the troll, what's his size?
He's like 10 foot. Maybe even bigger than that. It's hard to say exactly. Your neck is tilted up even from this distance of 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away.
So, looking at the troll and then looking at the chest, the whole chest that we just came down, he wouldn't be able to fit out, would he?
Essentially, no. You're kind of questioning some things though too, because the snake had somehow slithered through that opening.
I want to ask the troll, how did he end up down here?
Oh, I come down here when smaller.
What do you mean when smaller?
And then he stops flexing, and it turns into pretty much like the guy above, except not as flabby. Not well, more flabby, but not as filled out in the flab, if that makes sense to you. So he's got a lot of extra layers of skin that aren't filled out now, and he's probably about half his size, so like 5 foot or so.
Intriguing, yes.
And then he blinks again and makes himself big, flexes again. But you take my friends. I no let you take friends.
When they do that, Hamilton wants to blush a little bit, and have a dirty thought of an old friend of his that could do kind of the same trick. A magic trick, if you would.
And the appendage that was swinging off of him had stayed very much the same size in both of his forms, so he'd had a good 4-foot donger the whole time.
Whoa, Jeebus!
Yo, can I go down the chest?
Yeah.
Oh, but I thought you was gonna go down on.
Yeah, I thought.
Ah, there it is.
It would come out the other side of Nep.
Nep would prefer not to.
Just as you did that, and like as I thought that thought, I instantly thought, back in the day, what if like Hamilton and Flynn are like, but then like after the first round, it's wah. So then Flint's like, blood curse, boing.
Oh my god.
Round 2, fight.
He's
gonna-
acting
are you
like
gonna-
out with his hands on his desk.
Are you going to rename Blood Curse Viagra now? Is that just what it's going to be now?
I think we've talked. No, we called it a period.
Yeah, that's how you'd used it that one time. That's right.
But I just had the thought, like, maybe he could, like, kind of control it just a little bit, just like, like how we did to the Oni.
Yeah.
Can I play a song
Yeah.
and just hope? Okay. I don't know what's gonna do, but
I want to hear a song. I want to hear a song.
all right. I'll continue playing said song or practicing said song
Also,
that I
to
was given sheet music for.
answer your question from before, there isn't a title on this music, if I remembered correctly. I don't think there, like, you've looked it over several times and there is just no title for it. It seems
Yeah.
even,
I was just wondering if you can give a title of a song and, imagine us playing that. But, Nep doesn't actually know the title.
or you could title it yourself there, musician.
Oh.
It's not my song.
Are you against plagiarism?
Yes, you have to attribute it to at least, like, the song was written by this person.
You could say it was written by
So-
unknown and with an unknown title, but you refer to it as said title so that it can be
Okay. Okay.
more of like a what's the word I was looking for here now? When somebody
Cover.
cover, thank you. Covers a song.
Okay. Well, let me flip over some good violin songs, and then I'll come up with one.
Ballad of the Lost Bard.
That's a good title. You gonna roll performance for me?
Oh. 27.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh.
Okay. So you come down the ladder. The last couple rungs, you even turn around, standing at the end of it with your hooves kind of well perched onto it. You're used to some very little purchase to be able to stand on, and you strike up a pose with your violin and start playing away to see a entranced green figure that was talking before, and as it grew up to its larger size, its eyes kind of start to glaze over and is swaying to the rhythm of your music, but like not just happily, kind of like it. And it does actually start to like not clap violently or anything like that, but slowly to the rhythm of what you're doing. Like, yeah.
We friends?
Why can't we be friends? There is that bard spell too, I know of. That's like friends.
Make friends?
Yeah, make friends.
Or friends. That's a cantrip, but I'm pretty sure they hate you afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe friends, not only they know that you cast the spell, but they actually are upset about it.
They become hostile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not realize that. I'd only seen it briefly in scrolling through a list of bunch of other spells. But your tune is enchanting to everyone else too, I'd say. Everyone else is feeling the vibe as you're coming down the ladder. Is there any lyrics that you want to add to your playful tune yet?
No.
That's where we need a Mariel.
Yep. Well, a Shia, actually.
Oh.
Which she's in this campaign too. As little as we've seen her in the last few months, but...
Life do be crazy.
Mm-hmm. And as the song ends, I'm guessing the individual says, more friends. Nice. I guess my name, Laurel.
Laurel.
Laurel?
And
Laurel.
who might all of you be?
Moon will do a full, like, flashy swashbuckler warrior's curtsy with, like, the blade out to the side and everything. The moon cages the night in shadows.
Good name.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, do we hear Yanni?
Who?
Okay, so... Oh, it was a few years ago. There was the voice saying Laurel, and well, I guess some people heard Yanni or whatever. So it was the... Do you hear Laurel or Yanni? It was weird. A weird time.
I'm unfamiliar with that happening.
Nobody else remembers this?
I do not.
Yeah, I remember it. Hamilton will, like, swish his wrist in like a circular as he like leans forward to bow his head and introduce him like, "My name is Thomas Hamilton."
Fancy folk here.
I'll do like a musician's bow and say, "My name's Nip."
I think I have brother twice removed named Nip. Or maybe
How
he
twice removed?
He may have gotten eaten by that dragon.
Where? Where is this dragon?
Before tower, when underground.
Oh,
Oh. Right. I'll just lean over to Nep and be like, "So before we came down here, there was a red dragon flying around. I don't know how long you've been down here, but it's up there now."
Yeah. Big brood red dragons down below. Must come up when Fisher be born.
So now that we're friends,
We know
may we
friends.
come in? I thought. I want to reach into my bag, and I want to pull out 10 gold, and I want to hold it out in front of him, or out in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, "May we be friends now?"
Ooh, you have my friends. And he hops over greedily and grabs the gold hastily from your hands. And jogs backwards, actually, and cautiously and places the gold in his chest. Thank you for add more friends. Do you need exchange? I trade good.
I want to grab a pebble off the ground, because as he says that, I immediately think of a legendary weapon that a loved one has always described to me. He was never able to get a hold of the weapon at his time at sea, but he's always talked about it. And I want to etch onto the ground a rifle with a hex barrel with golden inlays of like vines, with instead of leaves, or what is that plant? There's a plant that like its little petals kind of look like skulls.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's an orchid.
No, it's
There's
not the
the-
orchid.
There's the death lily, but that's named for its scent. Or the death orchid.
Hold on, I'm googling it.
I was in the
For the
process.
For the record,
too.
death lilies are one of my favorite plants. They smell like a rotting human body, and it's amazing. I want to eat a durian surrounded by death lilies.
Because like its leaves it's like, well, I guess like its flower kind of looks like 3 little skulls, almost like mummified little skulls hanging up. Them things. That's it.
Snapdragon?
Snapdragon seed pods.
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of leaves on the golden inlay of the vines would be those snapdragons. And I try to. Should I roll a performance?
Yeah.
As I'm etching this onto the floor.
Yeah. If you wanted to start a drawing skill, you could, but I don't know how far you're gonna take that. 8, I see.
I'll ask Laurel, like, have you ever seen anything that resembles this?
He slowly comes over, stops, looks, peering over. stick with leaves?
Oh yes, that one.
I could go for one of those.
Me too.
I want to slightly modify the picture. They're like, no, it's a rifle.
A rifle. What's rifle?
I will hold up my blunderbuss. Like, it's like this.
Oh, boomstick.
Yes, it is a boomstick.
Boomstick rare. What you give me for boomstick? If I can find.
If you have boomstick, I will offer trade of my boomstick for it.
Woo.
Plus, my friends that I so graciously gave you.
Oh, you give me friends to eat?
I mean, I already gave you 10 of them that you put with your other friends.
Oh, you mean gold.
Yes.
Ah, yes, my friends. Now your friends. Okay. Go over there. He points to the far end, like the other side of the chamber.
I'll very cautiously yet hesitantly start sidestepping over.
See gold? Shiny?
I'll lean back over the doorway. Yes, I see the gold shiny.
He goes up to, kind of kicks some of the other treasure that's in the way of a mirror that's over here. He looks over his shoulder before he places himself in front of this mirror that's actually in here. But he's looking back to see if anybody's stepped across the threshold in the meantime to making sure that no one's walked into his chamber. And then he speaks softly, you can tell, to the mirror. And then just like looks around for stuff. He starts to get a little agitated. I said Fred, okay. And then he grabs like just a handful of gold and thrusts it through the mirror and waits a second and pulls back out a what you were looking for, pretty much exactly. And then is like, okay, keep stand over there. And then
I've been watching the whole time and trying to hear what he was saying.
He
didn't tell me to move.
Yeah, exactly. And he takes his hand back through the mirror, and his hand comes out of that mirror in front of you, proffering the weapon. Actually, he puts both hands into the mirror this time. One empty, one with the rifle.
As the rifle would come through the mirror to my side, just a complete look of shock and awe will come over Hamilton's face. And very willingly shoving the blunderbuss into his empty hand and cautiously taking the rifle out of his other hand.
Thank you, come again. And the mirror the mirror closes. His arms go back through, and he takes the rifle in his hand or the blunderbuss in his hand and places it in what sounds like another pile of gems and gold and such off to the side before walking back into view.
I'm still clinging to Hamilton's shoulder for this whole like interaction, right?
I would assume, yeah.
And has the troll not questioned this? Because I'm trying to also hold very still, like just be as stiff as possible on his shoulder.
There was no comment made. No. This time he sits down in front of the opening that you're standing in front of, Moon, though, and looks both at you and Nep, and especially you because you were the first talking there, Moon. And Laurel says, with his legs crossed and his hands in front of him, leans back, takes a deep breath. What? Can I help anyone else? Are you guys make more trade?
Do you have a listing of what you could offer? I don't know even know what to ask for.
I'm just gonna walk back over to everyone else,
That's
just
simple.
completely in awe, holding this rifle, going, "It's real. I can't believe it's real. James told the truth."
Hey, you know Dragon, I say. Well, we sort of friend now, right?
Oh yes, certainly.
Okay. He my boss.
Hamilton's your boss?
No, there's big council dragons from underground.
Ah,
Their horde comes from many little hordes like mine. We trade back and forth to make big horde that they have.
Big horde. Bugok.
hey, I'm the biggest horde here.
Huh?
That was out of character.
Okay.
That makes sense. Again, I ask though, like, obviously you could only give what's in this small horde right now.
No. I use Mir, can trade with other hordes.
So I can have whatever I wish.
More or less. As long as you have a trade of equal or reasonable value. He seems to gain a weird tone to his voice, almost like if he'd gone to school for this, but is dumb otherwise.
Do you think that your dragon lord has anything to feed the reflexes or sharpen the senses?
Many things.
What would you say is the most powerful?
Most powerful you can't afford.
Then no harm in telling me.
Most powerful turn you into dragon. It's a curse and a bless.
I'm quite happy being what I am.
Me too.
But I could use my senses sharpened. I could use my reflexes speeded. Some way to protect my wards.
Well, what you like?
Out of character, I'm having a bit of a brain fart. We're 2 minutes from the end.
Yeah.
And I've had
Is it possible just to leave it here and then give Moon a moment to decide that, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
to figure out what I want to ask for? Yeah.
absolutely. If you guys are okay with settling here.
Because I was gonna ask for something too, but I'm like, I don't know what a chicken wants.
That's what I figured you were.
Probably more than corn.
Magic
I want
corn.
A bag of corn, please.
Give me your finest kernels, preferably the kind that has been liquid and brewed into whiskey.
whiskey is delicious. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Need a couple other grains for that though than corn.
It's just basically on Jack Daniels of like, oh, we take the finest corn.
Oh, okay.
Yes, everything you see in a whiskey commercial is 100% true.
Just corn. So could you say I'm drinking corn juice then?
Rotten corn juice.
Yummy.
Fermented and distilled rotten corn juice. Well,
Aged like fine wine. Or
Hey, my favorite liquor is made from artichokes.
I would.
So-
what kind of liquor is made from artichokes?
Called Cynar. Cynar. It's an Italian digestivo. Aperitivo. Which I think most people drink it as an aperitivo.
I was going to reference another Italian one, which is Nocino. I don't know if you know that one. Which is...
I've never had it. I want it.
I've gotten lucky and had it once. It's basically like dessert in a glass. Cuz it's a black walnut liqueur.
Ugh. Like, I don't normally go for, like, super sweet. Like, there's a lot of
Me
sweet
neither.
in Cynar, don't get me wrong. They have to balance out the bitter.
Yeah.
But, like, sweet, like, candy stuff is not usually what I go for in my liquor too much.
Same.
The Italian nut liquors,
Mhm.
oh. And I mean that in both senses of nut liquor. Thank you. Ah. So good. Anyway, with that very off-color joke, maybe I should get off. Oh, figure out
Well.
some dinner.
Yeah. Eat.
Bye,
Food is-
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
No.
Thanks for
Night.
joining us.
Oh, hey, probably should level up.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.